Okay, keeping the team battle ready. This is actually the cool stuff. In all sports, and soccer is no different, we've seen a huge jump forward in terms of use of technological tools to gauge player performance, to follow the players in terms of their fitness, and see how they do. For instance, we use this cloud-based software system called Scout 7. So we input a match broadcast, and Scout 7 will output all of these stats about how far a guy ran in the match, his work rate, how many passes completed, how many passes attempted, all the kind of things that are tougher to figure out. I can sit there and call, like, say, a Bulls high school football game and keep most of the stats for a football game by myself. You can't do that in soccer because there's never a break. It's constant movement. So this is great to get. Plus, you have 11 people who can attempt and complete a pass rather than one guy throwing it. And so they can actually pick this up, and because it's cloud-based, anywhere around the world, wherever the coaches are, they can log in, find this stuff, and see the information on how their players are playing. This also helps in terms of evaluating players, of potential players you're going to be bringing in. Now, just like with football, you don't just rely on these numbers and that sort of thing. You still have to know the player, but this is a great help in finding how a player is doing, why a player suddenly didn't score. If a guy had scored 15 goals the first one season, the next season he only scores 3, this is a good step to figure out maybe he still has 15 goals in him. Something just happened in the course of the year. There we go. Even with the apparel, obviously, things like the boots and the gloves. Some of these things get built in practice. We use a polar system. Any runners in here? 1, 2, 3, right? So kind of, only if being chased. Even then, I'm kind of like, tiger, fine, just take it. They can track by GPS the movements of the players at practice, track the heart rate, and they actually will be able to say, all right, we want you working this hard in this practice. Imagine, sometimes it's about what you do, sometimes it's about how hard you do it, and that's where this all comes in. Another thing you see in soccer is goal line technology. This is sort of the instant replay of soccer. It's not used in the NASL right now. It is used in the Premier League and the World Cup. And the same kind of technology you see in a tennis match. Tell them I'm not here. If the ball gets all the way across the line, they can detect that. I don't know how many games in the history of soccer went the wrong way because a referee called a goal that wasn't or didn't call a goal that was, but once this gets implemented everywhere, allegedly we'll not have any more problems. And sometimes soccer technology is a product to solve a problem. So for years, for decades, soccer officials had a hard time keeping 10 yards between a guy taking a free kick and the wall. Guys are always starting to inch up, trying to make it tougher on the guy. Somebody finally came up with a great idea. Hey, how about we just paint a line on the ground that disappears? They call it magic spray. And literally, he'll put a little arc where the ball needs to be, mark off 10 yards, put a line, no more question of where 10 yards is.